The majority of America's workforce is not happy with their job. What a tragedy. In times like this, we need inspiration, a positive influence that will help us change the way we feel about our jobs and ourselves.
I think we need to look at our jobs with a good attitude. People need to look at their job with a good attitude, don't they? You know how many people in every city across America have ever tried to nail Jell-O to a tree? You know why Jell-O falls off a nail? Because it does not have any fun on the job. The greatest lesson I have ever learned in my life, I love spinach. I just learned that not too long ago. I can't believe anybody'd be against it, Jeff. I love the way it tastes. Popeye! I don't like spinach. I said, how come? He said, because it distorts your taste in women. Yeah. I want to share with you 3 things that you can do right now. And these are free, by the way. You can't buy them. You can't practice to get good at them. Number 1, be a friend. Be a friendly person. Jim, why in the world? And I said, because they got 2 holding a gun on you. I said, ask yourself, how big do you feel? Because that's how big they are. I don't understand. Hey, Jim, how's that little precious little daughter of yours? Come on in. And I go in, and he has a couple of fellows there one time, and you hire this guy right here. And I would have purchased gasoline from him. Rocky. Some customer's going to start sashaying down the concourse. He said, Jim, tell me what. I said, 5. He said, I see. He said, Jim, I see a little puddle. I said, thank you for what I see. What do you see? The X in Phoenix is missing. It needs to be replaced. Or burn out altogether. In either case, it needs to be corrected. Yeah. Number 2, be a problem solver. That's what they're doing. More and more and more and more and more. Do you know how to measure a person on the outside? You just stand them up against the wall, take a yardstick, measure up, and wrap it around their waist. Go ahead and let them suck in if they want to. Why? Because that's what they're going to do anyway. You know why? Why? Because they don't smile at you. They don't use your name when they find out about it. Jeff, let me tell you a secret. The more satisfaction you have of your Papa! Number 3, be an encourager. Patting people on the back and getting encouragement and encouraging them. I found it's reciprocated. My first grade teacher told me in front of the whole class that I make nice 6s. He said, every time I make a 6, I try to make it better than the time before. He said, Jim, I make fantastic 6s, and the very next 6 I make is going to be the greatest 666 that I or anybody else has ever made. I was speaking at a senior citizen group this past Christmas. Some elderly lady wheeled up beside me in a wheelchair, just barely. She was so old she could just barely make it up to me. She had a tear rolling down her face, big smile on her face. And she said, love you. I said, I love you too. And she didn't know any better. Yeah. You know how fast? If Wyatt Earp, Jeff, could draw that fast, he'd still be alive today, wouldn't he? Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, let me tell you something. Six. Papa. It's worth the trip, isn't it? Yeah. Jeff?
Self-empowerment for anyone who wants to accomplish anything in life.